I think we're live, so I don't know if this is going live to the world. So, hi everyone, if you're watching this in the future, or even if you're watching it now, we're attempting to launch our first Kickstarter as Launch Tabletop / Stellar Prints. And it's got me on the screen because I'm egotistical and thought I'd put myself here. So, how about I bring in some more people? We've got some more people joining our stream, and hello, everyone.
Eric!
We have.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So, for anyone watching this, we don't know what we're doing, really. Well, we sort of do. Yeah, some people are watching. So, we have Nick and... I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry, person with Nick. Jolene? Sorry, that's really rude of me, just person with Nick. Yeah. Person in pink, maybe? I don't know what the best way of saying it. I'm really sorry.
I don't know how to pronounce your name, Jolene.
Yeah, how do I say your name? Like, because I see names written, but then I never know if I how to pronounce them necessarily. So anyway, and we have Alana and Kate and Eric, and I've never actually talked to you, Eric, before. This is the first for me, so hello.
Hello.
Oh, and we have May joining us. Hello, May. I presume I'm saying May, right? It is May?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, good. I'm just going to get everyone's names wrong today. That's going to be the takeaway from this live stream, is that Eris doesn't know how to say words and speak names and things. So for everyone who is actually watching this for the reason that we advertise, it's because we're launching a Kickstarter for our Stellar Prints. So I'm going to go to my... Oh, what do we want to do? Do we want to talk about it first, or do we want to... What about 6 minutes before we're going to go live? Go launch it? So do we want to talk a bit about the prints? Do we want to show the page? Well, we can't show the page because it's not live yet, but I can show you like the holding page. That's fun.
Pretty.
Right, this is a holding page, so we're just waiting. So I can show people. I don't know how long we do this. We got 5 minutes. Boy. How about I ask someone, whose idea was this? Where did Stellar Prints come from? Nick, was this
Kickstarter?
For the prints themselves, like actually doing the fine art metal prints?
Yeah, it's the I guess the original idea was conceived some time ago, and when we wanted to create a product where we can help creators to generate an additional income stream. For a long time, we thought that art in the board game space is something that creators invest a lot of money in, yet they're not able to have an avenue for them to gain income from it. So the idea is that if the art assets are already there and sitting there, then why don't we turn them into products where the creators can benefit from it? So we then spent 2 years trying to develop the product and also construct and develop the platform that supports it. And we have it today.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And so this Kickstarter we're launching a specific set of prints, which I can share. Whoops, I'm on the wrong page. Of course I am. So this is the first set that's on there. These are by Andrew Bosley. And so all of the prints that we have are celebrating aspects of like gaming in some description. So this is called a journey through gaming, and we'll talk about these more in detail after we've gone live. I'll just zip through them, and then we have these ones by Miguel Coimbra, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, which are to do with gaming groups, which are amazing. Like all of these prints, every time I look at them, I see something different that I haven't seen before. And then we have these by Jacqui Davis, which are on gamer types, and so again we'll talk about these in a bit more detail later on once the page is live. But they're beautiful artworks. Oops, daisy, didn't go back far enough. Of course I didn't. So yeah, great. I don't know what to say now. I haven't got anything planned because I was told to keep it casual and not plan, and so that's what I did, and consequently,
that's all right. It's very exciting. This has been what are we, almost a couple of years in the making now? Getting this organized from first inception of the Stellar Prints, all the way.
Yeah, because I think I first.
Now. Hey, Kat.
Might even be almost 3. Oh, hello.
Thanks, Tasmania.
Yeah, thank you, Dice Man. Much appreciated. I think I first heard about the concept like in 2021, maybe?
Yeah.
Would have been around then. And yeah, very exciting. It's been cool to see it develop. Yeah. All right, so we've got 3 minutes. We don't even have a clock countdown because I don't know how to do that, and this platform that we're using didn't have any pre-built ones, or if it did, I've deleted them long ago. So I have no fancy clocks, no sound effects, none of the cool stuff that all the kids have on their, cool streaming platforms. We're just, I'm just not cool. That's what it comes down to. Hey, we have May join us. Hello again.
May's back.
There she is.
And I don't think there's a single, like, all of us are at kind of weird times, aren't we? Because it's about 10 p.m. where I am.
It's 8 p.m. where I am.
Okay.
And it's what, 5 a.m. where Kat is?
It's very early.
Yep. 5 a.m. Yep.
That is absolute commitment. I don't know about you, but I'm not a morning person.
Daylight I can see just sneaking in at the edge of the window.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Sun's coming up.
So we're across
There's my dog.
time zones. And if Sam joins us, he'll be joining us from the UK.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see.
What time is it over there, I wonder? I don't even know.
It must be around lunchtime.
It's midday.
Oh, okay. So that's actually the convenient time zone.
Yeah.
And we can see Joe as well. Hi, Joe.
Hello.
And Hayley. This is
I
Hayley.
feel like a Bond villain.
Sandy.
Okay, so right now it's 7:59. I don't have the seconds.
Would be completely inappropriate.
So I will.
Oh,
add
let's see.
this. I'll do that. Oh no, we can do this one. That's good.
About 30 seconds.
You just tell me when you want to refresh this page, and I will refresh it.
So what we can do is that we count down from 10, and then in front of me, I have a button that says I'm ready to launch. I don't know whether there's an additional page after that, but I'll when it gets to 1, and then I'll say we launch when I see that it's live. Yeah.
All right, let's count
Sounds
down.
good to me.
All right.
Go for it.
So,
Where's my party hooter?
Oh, well, I think we're at 10 o'clock. Let's just do it.
Do
okay,
it.
so
Yep.
10,
10.
3, 2,
9.
1, go.
Wow, we've raced through. This was very coordinated, folks.
All right, let's just count down from 5.
Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
It's live.
Oh, the refresh is the suspense.
Yeah, the suspense. It's just oh, here we go. We have a live page. Woo!
Excellent. Well done, everyone.
It's going to be the first one.
The first one. Oh. Who's the first one?
Has someone
Stay
backed
cool.
already? I don't know. I haven't refreshed the page. So, yeah, we could actually talk a bit about what the whole campaign is. So maybe I might ask Kate, do you want to give us a bit of the elevator pitch on what this thing is? What the Kickstarter is about? No?
What's the Kickstarter about? We like board game art. We like board game artists. So we asked some artists that we like to art for us, and we paid them some money for doing lovely arting. And now we're offering it to people to put on their walls as lovely pieces of art that
Yeah.
are, beautiful, but also a nice tribute to this hobby that means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah. And so all of the 9 pieces are custom done for the campaign and for Stellar. And they are by 3 of the industry's most prominent artists, which is very exciting. So I've just been scrolling through some by Andrew Bosley, and now we have these ones by Miguel. So I highly recommend, if you want to check out our want to check it out. How about we put up the
Most
link?
recent episode of Materialize, of course, we were speaking with Andrew Bosley.
We
we
were.
were.
So if you go back and watch that, yeah.
Absolutely lovely human being.
Do we
And that
want
was
to
a
put
lot
this
of
as
fun, that
a?
episode too.
I wonder if we can make this instead. We might do this
We have
as
a backer.
scroll.
We have a backup.
Hooray.
Nice. There we go. We've now got a rolling thing along the bottom. Very exciting. Yeah, so Miguel's to do with gaming groups. And then we have Jacqui's with the gamer types. So, does anyone, Nick or Kate, maybe, or Kat, I don't know, do any of you have, we might bring this back here, and do any of you have, actually, we might go to this one, no, this one. I don't know I don't know how to use these buttons. There we go, buttons. Mate, does one of you want to hold up an actual print? Because I know I think some of you have some of them. I'll put you here.
Here's one by Andrew Bosley.
Love that one. Absolutely love it.
So
Yeah,
there's
it's awesome.
number one.
So all of these are metal prints, and so one of the big positives of that is that, like, because they magnetically attach to your wall, you can just swap them in and out really easily.
Yeah.
Which is really nifty. And I noticed, and I know that, like, when we've talked in the past, you've said to me that another flow-on effect of that is that you don't have to have the magnets necessarily in the perfect spot, because you can kind of finesse the placement, like, because the whole plate's magnetic, you can move it to get it exactly lined up where you want to have it lined up, which is really cool. Yeah,
It is. I mean, if you're hanging a print traditionally with the wire on the back and you don't get it absolutely balanced, it just whoop to one side. But with a magnet, it doesn't matter. It's just on the wall, and you can straighten it up, or you can slide it sideways or up and down. It's great. Haley is not at all interested.
She can't be.
All right.
Wow.
So we'll bring these back up. So can somebody talk to me about this print by Andrew, which was the one that you also highlighted in the physical version? What's it about? Who wants to describe it to me?
Alana.
Wow.
Where are we? Sorry, you're looking at. Oh, the Andrew Bosley's.
So what's this print
journey-
about?
Journey through gaming. So this is the first print of Andrew Bosley's triptych. It represents, I guess you would call, the kind of like the classic childhood experience of gaming, or what we all remember from our childhood. There's sort of the kind of the fun of discovering gaming in your youth, and there's lots of fun little Easter eggs in this, and classic gaming components and features that we all kind of, it's common to so many games here, obviously.
Yeah, I hadn't realized who we were talking to Andrew, because he talked a little bit about some of them, and I hadn't twigged that, like, the pathway was sort of like a lot of your classic games where you're moving along a path, around a board or whatever. And then obviously we've got the dice, which are in the stones, like the rocks there.
Yeah.
And then
the classic pathway, the suits, card suits in the butterfly wings.
So there was a good question. There was a good question raised. So we have on the Kickstarter page, we have a video by, and let me just double check their name. Who's the video?
Is it Alex
Sorry?
Radcliffe's one?
Yeah, that one. And he made a really interesting point, which I had not noticed until he said it, that there's no clubs. So we've got spades in the butterflies, diamonds, and hearts. Where's the clubs, Andrew? and I'm now annoyed that he pointed it out, because now that's all I see is, like, there's no clubs. God damn it.
Is that suggesting that there's another series coming in the future?
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that, and I probably should have thought of that. But yeah, that's cool. So the second one from Andrew, what's this one about?
This is the next step. This is Gateway Games. So we've got some tributes to a bit of Carcassonne. There's a bit of Catan, a little bit of Agricola in the front. The pyramids, we were talking about that, and he was like, oh, it could be a few different things. Some people had suggested Seven Wonders or Camelot or was it Imhotep? I think someone suggested.
Oh, yep.
And the biplane.
I'm pretty certain there's actually a Catan Egypt, isn't there? Or a Catan, there's a pyramid Catan, I thought, like as an early one.
I don't know. I haven't played any of the
it, though.
Catan variations other than the original. But there are some really lovely little Easter eggs in this one too. And I will tell you precisely one of them. There is a farmer lying in a field.
Yes. That is a very subtle reference. I wonder how many people are going to like organically just see that, because I know I didn't. It had to have it explained to me. Yeah, very cool. All right, so the third one from Andrew is this one.
This is Games Get Serious.
So what's the title? I'm just trying to find the title of this one. This is called what? Epic and thematic games, maybe, sort of.
I think that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess this describes, as a gamer advances the journey of gaming, we now dive into more complex games, highly thematic, highly complex, and you can see that with the people inside the illustration, there are characters from different themes. So that's it's a little bit small on my screen. There's a samurai.
I can't zoom in. Sorry. Yeah, it's just what it
There's
is.
an astronaut. There's a
Wizard.
I think there's like a samurai. There's like a person in like a ball gown.
Yeah, there's like a wizard, sort of a Gandalf. There's
a space suited figure.
Yeah.
Is there someone who's sort of a bit like a rogue? Maybe, I'm not quite sure.
Possibly
in the white top or kind of creamy top. And it looks like a guy just in a business suit, maybe. I don't know what that is, actually.
I think that's the boy that we saw in the first one. So at each stage, he's older and the dog's older. It's like the dog in the first one is a puppy.
Oh, okay. So he's in the middle of that. Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
There's so much to find.
So by the time you get to the third Andrew Bosley print, he's now an adult and his dog is, dog is
I didn't realize that was the dog at this size. I was like, that looks like a really big champagne bottle.
He's very happy to see that mech. That's what it is. He wants to celebrate the mech. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so then we've got the next triptych, which is from Miguel Coimbra, and I think this is stunning. And one of the things that I love about this that I hadn't really understood until I saw the three laid out like this is that the semicircle / arc, which is kind of the edge of the table, and then the planet, and then the other edge of the table, it kind of flows between all three. And I just think it's so wonderful. I love it.
That's really nice composition.
Yeah, and it just makes it. Okay, so this first one, so these are all game in groups. So this first one, I'm guessing, is sort of like your fantasy role-playing game kind of group. Looks that way to me.
Yep.
I've never played D&D or any of those similar ones, so I don't know a lot. Like, I know bits about them, but not in depth. So I'm sure other people can pick out references that I'm not seeing. Is anyone here a RPGer?
Do a little bit, but not seriously. I mostly just watch. But yeah, the D20.
Yeah. I wonder what it's going to land on. We never know, right? We'll never know. We have to have follow-up series of what are the dice results.
And which, by the way, when we illustrated out the D20, this was researched. So we made sure that the allocation of number on each phase is actually responding to what a D20 should have.
Very cool.
And
I noticed there's a D8 there, and I did a logo for a game group that I placed as a group I used to help with a few years ago, and I used a D8, and I learnt that there's 2 different D8 conventions for number layouts. So if you ever want to investigate that, there are 2 prominent ones that are used, and the numbers are arranged differently, and I have no idea why that exists. Like, why isn't there just one convention? It's very annoying. But dice are
Some
nerdy.
dice have a spin down configuration, so they're
Yeah,
meant to count down or up. They have the
Yeah, I'm
numbers
talking about
each other.
I'm talking about the D8s though. If you look into D8s and you look at different companies that manufacture them, there are 2 different ways that they distribute the numbers. There's not a it's not the, because like in a D6 it's usually the opposites equal 7, right? Like that's the convention. But the D8 doesn't follow that convention as strictly, which is well, obviously was not going to add to 7, but it doesn't add to what would be 9. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's just something I learned when I was trying to do a logo and make it accurate as well.
So there's a little story associated with this print. So at Gamma, which some of us went to recently, we gave one of the early prototypes that we made for this print to someone who was involved with the very early D&D. And what he told us was that this print has very special meaning to him, and I'm yet to hear what the story is when we travel to Gen Con in August.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so he told me this is an illustration that has some personal meaning to him. So I guess this must capture some of the fun and some of the moments that RPG players experience when playing these games.
So then we have a group in space. So these are obviously people playing something more science fiction-y. And I just noticed when I was putting this graphic together that there's a little nod to a very famous science fiction franchise on the table, which I hadn't seen earlier.
Thanks,
You might not be able to
Cupcake.
see it. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone know if any of these particular like aliens and stuff are references to any games in particular? Because I'm not aware of them.
I know the table in the center is a nod to the table on the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars, with "It's not wise to upset a Wookiee." But the specific robots and animals around it, I'm not sure about.
Because I really like the one with the robot, or I assume it's a robot, but it's not a robot, the suit of, like, robotic suit with the yellow, because it looks like a kind of a brain type thing floating in, like, a green fluid, and I just think that's wonderful. Like, I love it. Yeah, very cool. All right, so the third one is sort of like a horror kind of themed.
Yeah, this one's called Horror Hangout.
Horror Hangout. I love the colors. Like, the colors are so beautiful in this one as well.
I
mean,
really
they're
love
beautiful,
the
but-
portrait on the wall in this one of the lady up the back who looks like she's going, "Ugh," and the cards in her hands. Oh, really?
I actually love the little ghost up there. The little, like a balloon.
The floating
Ah, I hadn't even really twigged that was like a. That's so funny. There's so many things to look at. I hadn't even really looked at it. That's funny.
It's just, I think it's just really cute.
And I love that the game they're playing, which you may not be able to see on this, but I noticed when I was putting the graphic together, is called just Brains with 2 A's, like Brains. So that's pretty fun. Cool. And then we have Jacqui's gamer types. So this one's probably the most kind of like diverse in the sense of like color palette and style between the 3, but that's probably also good because it kind of represents the very different gamer types that exist. So what's this first one about?
Well, this one's the Gumshoe Gamer. So they're the gamer who researches everything and looks for all of the clues and sorts everything out, and then they make their move.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
And this piece actually resonated strongly with someone we met at Gamma, right? Okay.
it resonated with a few people. But yeah, this one I remember seeing it when it first came in, and it was so different to the other two. And Jacqui's put references in this one to a whole lot of the games that she's worked on. So it's fun just seeing these little bits that she's sort of tucked away in there.
We're hoping it's not all locked in, but we're hoping to have Jacqui on the Materialized podcast in a couple of weeks. So if that all goes ahead, then we'll be able to. I'll definitely be asking her about what's the hidden layers here. Like, I want to know. So yeah, very cool. And so the next one is now. I think, Kate, this is your favorite, right? Pretty much.
Out of all of the individual prints, this one's my favorite, just because of the coloring. And I also like the fact that it's a kick-ass lady who's, you know.
So what's she doing? What can you describe it to us?
She's beat the Automa. She's sitting on the head of the bot that she's slain because she's a solo gamer.
I'm guessing that's the bot that's wanted behind her. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the bot that was wanted, and that's the head of the bot that she's sitting on with, a few wires because she killed it. She beat it.
Like a lasso. That's cool.
And this one, when you see the print for real, it's all of those bronze and coppery colors. They're all reflective with the.
So that's probably a good segue. We'll come back to Jacqui's in a moment. But I noticed on the Kickstarter we
silver shine.
Yeah, I was going to say we talk about the silver shine here, and I don't know if I've seen it in person, so I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm scrolling fast and might be making people feel sick. Sorry about that. But obviously not sorry enough to stop. So yeah. Where is it? Gosh, I'm so professional. Here we go. Metallic silver shine. So what we say is the metallic silver shine finish allows subtly different levels of the underlying metal to shine through the print, creating a deep sheen in parts of the image as you view it from different angles. And this particular silver shine edition of these prints is Kickstarter exclusive. So for these 9 prints, they won't be done in silver shine again. So what does that? So what does the silver shine? Can somebody maybe Nick? Can you just explain it to us? Help us understand it.
Sure. So all of these prints are printed on steel, and the base color is silver, right? So by playing around with the artwork files that allow part of the silver to shine through, then we can basically achieve a partial effect where some parts of the art will be shiny, whereas others aren't.
Very cool. And I know, because my background's in graphic design, I can imagine that adds a whole level of complexity to how you prepare the artwork files to add that layer of
That's right. So basically, which area you want to block the silver and which areas you want the silver to shine through. By playing around with that, you can achieve effects similar to what the video file is showing right now.
Yeah. So when he flips it back, the leaves on the bank that slopes down into the water, without the silver shine, they would just be kind of, brown autumn leaves. But with the silver shine, it allows them to be coppery and bronze with that metallic luster showing through. So it's quite a lovely effect. And with Jacqui's piece that we were looking at before, all of those bits of light coming through, all the slats in the shed and off the floor, they all use that metallic effect.
Yeah.
So the whole piece, I mean, just on screen, it's beautifully luminous, but when you see it in real life on the print, it's really captivating. It's incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, wow. I definitely look forward to seeing one.
On the hand in the foreground as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, very cool. Did you? So, Kat, because you were at Gamma, and I know that Alana, Nick, and Kate were. So, did you see any of the prints there in person?
Yes. I also got one in the VIP set originally. The little mini one that got sent out too. They were very,
I've got that one too. That's my only Stellar print as well, is the little mini one. Which I have ready just here, but I didn't know if it was relevant or not. So, yeah. There. Cool. What was it like seeing like the wall? Like, because I've seen photos of the wall from the booth and it looked impressive. How was it like actually experiencing it?
They look really cool in real life. It's really hard to explain, like when you've seen prints that are sort of on paper and things. There's something lovely and soft about paper, and in the same way, there's something really satisfying and sort of luxurious feeling about printing on metal. And so, even if you're someone who normally likes paper prints, you'll find something to really enjoy about the metal prints as well. I really like the actual physical texture of them. Like when you actually touch them, there's this feeling of sort of, you can almost feel the printing in a way. It's really nice.
Because I noticed I've got yes, I want me to be big. That's good. Because like I noticed like on the print that I've got here, which is a Ian O'Toole artwork, it's got, you can see sort of in the helmet, it's got this like 3D. It's not coming up on the camera very well, but anyway.
Yeah. And you can sort of see the metal through it.
Yeah, and the metal's like...
Yeah, there's 2 layers there.
Yeah, but you're right, it's like it's a tactile, like you can feel it, which is really, really lovely. Let's go back to...
Mike, who's our pre-press whiz, has been working on other effects as well.
Oh, really?
With layers of ink. I can't tell you anything about them. But I can just leave this very unsubtle teaser. And
yeah, well, I mean, hey, that's even news to me, and I'm apparently like, that's cool.
It's lovely.
So I'll just bring up the last piece from Jacqui, which is called the Omni Gamer, and I think this is very cool. So this sort of shows somebody. Now, I don't know. I think there's a few different ways to interpret this, because like, I sort of feel like that all the arms, and this is just my interpretation, that this character only has 2 arms, and the other arms that are represented are sort of like, I don't know, either they're moving really fast between like all these different games, or it's sort of like they're playing it with their mind. They're like holographic projections. I don't know. How do you interpret it? Anybody?
I just see someone who loves all kinds of games, and it shows that multidimensionality to the stuff that they like.
Yeah, it's a bit spiritual or multi-dimensional, I guess. Yeah, like they're kind of reaching through different spaces, dimensions.
And
Yeah.
for the game, right, we haven't introduced the theme of this.
So I'm seeing cards and dice, and I think there's
a controller up the top,
and a pawn. And is that like rock paper scissors?
It is.
Yep.
I can't figure out what the last one is.
It's the most beautifully balloony shaped, like mini to go on the table,
like a mech.
Fantastically, it's beautiful. I just love how it looks like somebody got like the longest balloon ever, and they twisted it into a mini, and they're going to put it on the table.
Oh, cool. And then it looks like there's Space Invaders type stuff going on in the background, and what looks like a checkerboard, and
Okay, this is me thinking on the fly. I realize that I can, with my browser, zoom in, so I've just zoomed in slightly.
Yay.
But, oh, hang on. No, I'm not. I'm in the wrong window now. It's not zooming in. Oh, boy. Technological whiz here.
Oh,
so
there are the rest of the rock, paper, scissors symbols next to the hand there.
Yeah, on the screen. It's cool. I'm not sure what the little symbols are next to the, like in front of the mech. I don't know what they're. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, too.
And then there's a maple and Tetris, and I can't figure out what's happening behind the dice.
Is it like a? gambling game of some description, maybe like a
I was
casino
thinking
game.
Oh, no, that's supposed to be something like Monopoly.
Monopoly-esque. Yeah,
got
I was
the-
Oh, of
yeah.
course it is. Yeah, you're right.
card placement.
The three die threw me off. Who'd ever thought of a game like that with 3 dice? Gosh.
God, how long would a game of Monopoly with 3 dice take?
I don't know. Would it be quicker because you're moving around? I don't know. We
No.
could try it out. So if I go back to, so why don't we tell some people? Maybe I might get Nick to just tell us about the pledge levels and what people can get.
Sure. So we have 4 different pledge levels for 1, 3, 6, and 9. And so if you choose a pledge level that is 3 or above, you can choose any of the prints that we are offering. So you don't have to choose one series. In the pledge manager, when we open it, you can choose 1 print from each series, or 2 from one series, 1 from another series, etc. So it's totally flexible, and so if you happen to like more than a print from a series, but you don't want to get all of them, you have the option to.
Yeah.
So you can mix and match and get anything that you want. Pick and mix.
And we haven't described how big the prints are. So, I mean, I know Kate held one up earlier, but so they're 420 by 300 millimeters, which is 11.8 by 16.5 inches for those using Freedom units. So, yeah, they're quite sizable. Like they're a really decent
They're a
size.
good size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also notice that with our shipping, it goes cheaper when you buy more.
I'll scroll down to the shipping area. Here we go.
Well, it doesn't become cheaper, but it scales very well.
That's right. So per print, if you divide it by the shipping costs borne by each print, it becomes lower when you buy more.
So just to clarify, and because this is a question I had, but I have actually forgot to ask you in the past, that's like the total shipping. So if I was to order like the 9, it's like I just pay that shipping. It's not that like multiplied by anything, is it?
No, so it is just that shipping.
Yeah.
And this is the estimate, right? Because we don't know what things will be like.
Yeah.
Correct.
When it's time to ship.
Yeah.
Shipping is such a, like, I know from other, like, shipping is always complicated for everyone, as in, like, it varies. Like, I know I had a game made back a few years ago, and we got some quotes from the shipping place, and they were like, these quotes are only really valid for about 30 days, so if you're looking to ship them anything beyond that, then we just don't know what, like, it varies a lot, so...
And this is
It's a bit
estimated
tricky.
for September, which is a little bit further out than that.
But I know, Nick, you've got a lot of experience with this kind of stuff, so yeah.
Do I?
Cool.
Do I?
Well, I say that because for Launch Lab, and we can describe what Launch Lab is, maybe. Like, I know we've talked a lot about shipping, and you've spent a lot of time, like, diving into figuring out the logistics and working out stuff. So I'd say, you do know a lot about it.
Although
if you don't.
it's incredibly complex.
Yeah. And these are all printed on demand, aren't they? Like the orders when someone makes an order there.
That's right. So we don't produce anything in excess. Everything is print on demand. So only when somebody makes a purchase, we will then make the print. So this way, we won't be storing any inventory.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing to think about. And a lot of Kickstarters, what you're doing is you're raising funds to pay for production, but what we're doing here is raising funds to pay our artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're not going to have a bunch of stuff sitting around in a warehouse, which is great, environmentally speaking.
Only making what we need. What people
So
have requested.
let me refresh the page and see what we're up to with stuff. Oh, there we go. We've got 9 according to this. I don't know what other people are seeing, but that's what I'm seeing. Oh, 10. Oh, wow. In real time, it just jumped up. That's funny. Very cool. So
Yeah,
is there something... Sorry?
Oh, I was just going to say it's interesting to see, depending on what time of day it is for most of, like, for the larger proportion of your followers, to see when they jump in and back. But 10's pretty good already.
I haven't even put mine in yet, so that'll bump it up. Is there something that we have not covered that we want to cover? Anybody?
We could talk about which games our artists are known for.
Yes,
People don't necessarily remember the names of the artists, but they might remember the games.
Okay. Let's do some on-the-fly board game geeking.
Well, we know from having just interviewed him that Andrew Bosley was the illustrator for, amongst others, Everdell. What else did he do?
Citadels.
Something to something.
Calyx.
He's done like 78 or something on here. It was like a lot. So 78 entries. I remember.
A lot of those are.
Yeah, that's right.
That was it. Yeah,
they all go in individually. Yep, there's Calyx.
Try T for 2. That's right. He did the 2016 version of Citadels. Cover Your Assets, Descent. There was also one of his early ones was it Mission Red Planet or something like that?
Yes, I think he said that was his first one. And that got some attention. And
he also mentioned he's got his own game in progress, and that's what the airship was about.
The Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's called the Smoking Bones. Let's load up his bosleyart.com, I think it is. Let's see if I've got that right from memory. Oh, wow, I actually did something.
Yep. Smoking Bones.
Yeah, Smoking Bones. So he's got some of the book.
It's
here.
Sam.
Sam here.
Hi, Sam.
There he is.
Hello.
Hey, Sam.
I'm in UK now.
Sunny
Hello.
UK.
Very sunny.
Hi.
We're live. With the Kickstarter's live. We're live. Everything's live.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nice. So we'll go back to here. Actually, we'll bring this up. We'll do it like that. And then
So if I remember correctly, Andrew was talking about how that's been his own little passion project, and now he's working with Stonemaier to get it published. So I'm really looking forward to that, because that's very much in my wheelhouse, that kind of story.
And the art looks like phenomenal, like so amazing.
It's got a kind of steampunk vibe, which is interesting.
So yeah, he's been working on it for a while, and it says it's where does it say the Stonemaier? Here we go. Series of games is being developed by Stonemaier. Yeah, so who knows? I don't know. He didn't have a release date for that though, so I think they're still just working
it had
on
only just been made
public,
official to the extent that he could confirm that there was a thing. But yeah.
All right. So what has Miguel worked on?
Small World, I think, was his first big one. But of course, he also did
Seven
Wonders.
7 Wonders. Wow. Yeah. Both of them, like Small Waters, both of them have like something. Well, 163 listed entries on Board Game Geek. That's like amazing.
And Miguel is also a French speaker, right? So he
lives near Lyon.
Cool.
I can't remember. I don't know if we've reached out to him yet to see if he's interested in being on the Materialized show.
Yeah, Dan put me in contact with him, so I emailed him last week.
Cool. Lots of 7 Wonders expansions and like promos and stuff, which is cool. The Adventurers, I don't know that one. I'm kind of just zipping through this, but people can obviously
quite fast
look it up, or they're they're already fans, already know his work. I know there's definitely like some games that I like. Oh, so many games have I bought just because I've seen the box, like the cover, and just gone, I have no idea about the game, but I'm just buying it. And like the art definitely makes a difference. Oh, Fairy Tale. Who did Fairy Tale? That's the Matt Dunstan game.
Oh, is it?
Sorry. Yeah. I don't have it anymore. I think I gave it to a family with some younger kids, and because they were gonna use it more than me. But it's a really interesting little like fantasy game. This is going on a tangent about that because it's an interesting mechanic where like there's these three figures and no one player controls them, so anybody can move them anytime depending on what your kind of desires and cards and stuff are, and you're trying to get them to be in different locations on the board to do things, and it's like a tile, like the board builds up over time with tiles. Yeah, it's a really interesting game. Yeah,
That's
the
a
art's
cool idea,
beautiful.
having everyone being able to move the characters.
Yeah, so that does it. There's a game called Space Park by Keymaster Games that has a similar idea where there's these rockets that are moving around the board, and they're not owned by anybody, so you move whichever rocket is kind of the most convenient for you to move. Yeah, it's a great idea. It can be difficult to get your head around because obviously most of us are used to like, oh, this is my, my character or my, token or whatever. But it's such an interesting way to elicit kind of collaboration, or like well, not collaborate. What I'm saying, like a shared experience. Like you're actually all interacting together in the thing. It's yeah, it's quite cool. Yeah, and beautiful art.
Fairy tale, rock, paper, scissors. Prince kills dragon. Dragon eats princess.
Cyclades. Yeah. Okay, let's look up Jacqui. Oh, Bella the Ball. Okay, I know that one. I don't think I've played it. That was a oh, he's a graphic designer as well. Daniel Solis, of course. How could I forget? So Daniel Solis design. Yeah, very cool. It got really good reviews, I remember, back in the day when it came out. So I'm just scanning for games that I recognize there, and you can just jump on if you recognize anything, or is there anything of Jacqui's that you know and you've got experience. Oh, Euphoria. Okay, I haven't played it, but I've seen Euphoria. It's certainly very visually appealing.
Eternal Palace. I think that just arrived. I think my copy of that it might be on the shelf. Behind me in the pile of games I really must play. Yes, Alley Cat. I've backed quite a few Alley Cat games.
I wonder.
Yeah, I saw Dice
so they had
before. I've got that one.
So they had to Dice Hospital. Did you say?
Yes.
Again, I've heard of it. I've not played it. That one, like, I don't think I've played it.
Is that a dice crafting game?
No,
it's a roll and write, I think.
Ah, okay.
Or is it a flip and write?
It is. Flip, roll, and write.
Roll and write. I love a good roll and write.
Yeah, it looks like a roll and roll. This version anyway, the emergency roll version does. Yeah. Okay, so it's a bit of combination. Like it's got cards and dice.
I think that's what the
I like.
is.
Okay. I like the idea of like just a dice hospital as a concept. Sounds funny. It's like these wounded dice need healing.
That's why I wondered
don't
if it was dice crafting.
Yeah, you're right. It does kind of have that image, like, Ex Libris.
Tips have come right off.
And Ex Libris is the one that she's probably best known for. And giving away an Easter egg, that is one of the things that shows up in her gumshoe print.
Is it?
What?
Isn't it pronounced ex libri?
Probably, but I don't know how to speak English.
Everything.
It's ex libris. It's
Oh, it is Libris. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So down in the bottom left corner of the gumshoe, you can see the E. from
Ah,
Excel.
okay. Oh, yeah. Huh. Fantastic. I've not played it. I've heard about it, but not played it. And it looks like, I mean, that cover is so enticing
Yeah,
and
magic.
wild. Yeah.
It's a hell of a library.
Yeah.
I like the distortion. It really does make you feel sort of slightly like vertiginous. That's
Yeah. Yeah, it's and the way it plays with perspective, yeah. It's kind of like a fisheye lens on a camera, but but better. Like it doesn't make me feel as sick. So that's cool.
And I think I saw Paint the Roses as well. A little bit further down. And hers, just a bit further down. I think when you were scrolling past, I thought I saw it.
Killer Croquet.
Where was that?
There.
Croquet. Yeah.
Not something I would have ever thought was that dangerous, but apparently I was wrong.
Oh, the mallets in croquet seem like weapons. Like that's
Those hammers they're a whole lot.
yeah.
This My Little Everdell. I want to get a copy of this because, I mean,
I just saw this.
It's one of my favorite games, but
I went to a game store on Saturday and to do a playtesting event, and they had a copy of this there, and I nearly bought it, but I was just like, I hadn't really allowed for spending money on a game like that, and literally by the time I left, it was already sold. Like someone had bought it, someone else had bought it. It looks so pretty, holy moly. But it looks like this is Andrew's work as well, because that says
call me, make it happen.
Because it said that back on the cover of it, it said it was Andrew. So this has got Andrew and Jacqui in it. Very cool. Yeah, so pretty.
In a lot of cases, you have one artist who does the cover and another artist or a combination of artists who do the art inside the game.
Yeah.
Because with games like this, that's a huge undertaking to illustrate everything.
Because I don't know what this one's like, but the regular Everdell has so many pieces of art, just I don't know if it's hundreds. It feels like hundreds of pieces of art,
a lot. Yes.
I think 3 or 4 artists worked on Wingspan, for example, because if you imagine drawing that many birds, it's going to take a minute.
Yeah.
3 of them.
There's Paint the Roses. I thought I saw
There we go.
That's also on my shelf. I promise I'll get there.
It's very pretty.
I've not heard of it, so I don't know anything about it. It's obviously like a Wonderlandy themed.
Yeah.
Alice themed.
It's a smaller, simpler kind of game, if I recall correctly. I'm one of these people that sort of scrolls 3 times down the Kickstarter, and if I like the look of what I see, I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay, so this has hexes in it, and that's pretty much going to be enough.
I'm so bad with game Kickstarters where I very rarely actually understand the game I'm buying. I'm just like, does the art appeal? Does the pieces appeal? Does it seem broadly interesting? And then I'll make that decision.
Doesn't make it terrible. It just makes you one particular kind of
backer
purchaser or peruser.
Yeah, but I find it amazing when I'm talking to other people and they're reading the rule book and watching 10 videos on reviewers or previewers, and I'm just like, oh no, is it pretty? Sure, I'll grab it. Does it have some core mechanic I haven't seen? I'll give it a go.
For a lot of people, they curate their collections based on a particular thing. So for me, I curate my collections based on how the game looks and feels. And I know people who are like, oh no, I have too many games with that mechanic in them. I'm not buying any more games that do that. And I think, I couldn't possibly limit myself that way. But
I've definitely heard of people doing that. Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny. And yet, by the same token, the same people that do that will also have their genre that they love, and they've got 15 games of that genre. Often they're train games, 18xs games.
Yeah, I was thinking I would maybe I might decide that I've got too many of a particular theme, but that's not true. In fact, I'm more likely to go, oh, it's another mushroom game. I need that too.
I had an idea today. for a game, and I'm just going to, might as well tell you because it doesn't matter. I don't know if I'm going to do it. But a friend of mine was looking for garden, like flower garden themed games because they were just interested in that topic. And so I was thinking about it. And I don't know what it's like over where everyone else is, but in Australia we have we use the word dead set like for different things, and often it's kind of like you say it in the affirmative of like someone said, "Did this really happen?" Like, yeah, dead set, this happened. Like, it fully is legit. And anyway, or someone's like dead set against something, so like firmly entrenched. Anyway, but I had this idea for a game called Dead Set, and the idea is that you're collecting flowers to make bouquets, like, so there's sets of cards or whatever to make the bouquets, but they only will be alive for like a short period of time. So you got to like time when you harvest them and everything to get your set correct before it dies. Anyway, I like that idea. Something I thought of today. And I like the idea of
completely different than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's morbid. Like, and I was thinking it could be like maybe you're doing arrangements for like funerals or something, like go really macabre. But
Zombies invade or.
No, but I like the idea of this dead set. Like, and I think like flowers are like you're cutting the flowers off their like plants to put them on your table, and then they just die. Like, it's really sad, but kind of cool. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. Have you played Tussie Mussy?
Yes.
No, I haven't. I want to. I haven't.
That might be a good research game.
Okay.
Given that it's about
It's Elizabeth Hargrave, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That was, I thought that was her first game, but it was actually when I was interviewing her on Maple Syrup, she told me that it was actually her second one. She made that while she was waiting for Wingspan to get through from where she'd had the original idea till when it actually got published. And
okay.
On that one, because it takes such a long time, you think, oh, it's ready, and it's not.
Yeah. And different publishers, even if you do manage to get it signed, they've got their own schedules and things going on, so you never know what's going to happen. This game I didn't realize was done by Jacqui. I used to have this. This was a pretty fun, like, dungeon crawling kind of card game by Azek Shalev and Matt Loomis. Yeah. Anyway, it's just kind of fun when I didn't like you recognize games and you find out people were involved in them that you didn't know.
Yeah, it's cool to see how many different styles artists have at their at the tip of their pen as well.
And even like just over time, like, how they either personally grow or how their clients, push them to grow in different ways. Yeah. Oh, Talisman. I haven't played Talisman.
Oh.
All right. So, was there anything else that we want to talk about, or do we want to wrap this thing up?
I think we've thoroughly launched this situation.
I think it's launched.
Yeah.
Let me reload the
launch
page.
complete.
Oh, we're up to 13. That's good. I'll mute Sam's mic. Classic. All right.
Sam.
Well,
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone. This is obviously all new for a few of us. Some of us have done Kickstarters and stuff before. And, yeah. So I guess we'll enjoy this journey together and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, fun times. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Congratulations.
for joining us.
Yeah.
Good work.
Oh, before we totally wrap up, though, we probably should do some of the, like, what do you call it? Sharing stuff. So if someone doesn't know yet, you go to launchtabletop.com/KS and that'll take you straight to our Kickstarter page, or just search Kickstarter for Stellar Prints. You can also check out our website, which has totally different prints, ones done by different publishers and of their games and stuff, and you can check that out if you're interested. If you are an artist or a publisher and you're curious about like having your work on the Stellar store at some point, then email us, stellar@launchtabletop.com, and we can talk to you about that. And I think that's all of the links. So,
Excellent. Yeah, that'll do it. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.